and welcome to Havirov and our virtual factory tour. Havirov is one of 2 Molnlycke production facilities in the Czech Republic to manage our growing procedure pack tray business. Did you know that we sell trays in 64 different markets and 18,000 different tray configurations? Today, we'll tell you how Molnlycke's major investment in the Havirov factory fits into this growth and supports your OR efficiency goals. Havirov is the newer of the 2 sites and was opened in 2017. To support growth, the Havirov factory is impressively large, reaching the length of 7 football pitches, a width of 80 meters, and a land surface area of 10 hectares. Now, let's start the tour. The total capacity of our tray production is 10 million trays per year. The new Havirov facility unifies the full tray production process by bringing sterilization, which has previously been outsourced, in-house. This makes Havirov the largest in-house sterilization facility in Europe. Now we are entering our goods receiving area, and this is where the tray journey begins. In total, we have 22 trucks delivering components to our facilities each day. Taking delivery of goods happens the same way as in every hospital or warehouse. Supply chain and logistic activities involving goods arriving from many different suppliers. Keeping this information organized, checking delivery notes, matching invoices with orders, and ensuring that deliveries are free from transport damage takes a lot of time. With around 5,000 active tray components available, you can understand how our goods receiving area is a very busy place, especially when every delivery needs to be inspected. Before any components can be released into production, we do a thorough quality check. For first-time deliveries and with some selected suppliers, our quality inspectors do a 100% manual incoming inspection check according to the supplier specifications. This takes place in the clean room right next to the receiving area. For regular deliveries, we work with sampling of goods before they can be released and stored in our warehouse. Materials with a high risk for bioburden contamination will be sent to our lab for testing. This to avoid high germ contamination in our production line. We ensure that all of our procedure pack trays are registered and compliant with MDR 2017-745, which is Article 22 according to systems and procedure packs. This is applicable to the overall tray product. We work closely with all of our suppliers to ensure that each of our tray components is transitioned to MDR, and we are removing components that do not comply. We will be fully compliant with the directive by the deadline in 2024. The Havirov warehouse has 14-meter high picking abilities. The driver can pick cartons by moving the forklift up and down. We have 20,000 storage locations for components in both of our facilities. The truck is led by an electrostatic induction guide in the floor. It features a safety system, which makes it stop automatically when it comes across a potential obstacle. And in case of a power disruption, our forklifts can operate up to 8 hours without additional charging. Safety is, of course, of paramount importance. In the unlikely event of a fire, our sprinkler system and fireproof curtains ensure that the warehouse is split into different compartments to prevent the fire from spreading. Each storage level is equipped with sprinklers. On the other side of the warehouse, we have our semi-clean area where we transfer goods from carton boxes into the production area. We are now entering our semi-clean area. Our semi-clean rooms have an overpressure of 5 Pascal to prevent particle migration from the surrounding areas. This overpressure is cascaded through to our clean rooms, which have an overpressure of 10 Pascal. In total, our clean room area is 22,000 cubic meters. To maintain its clean status, all the air is changed and filtered 10 times per hour. That makes 220 million liters of air being exchanged every single hour. At these workstations, Our operators put the components from the original transportation cartons into plastic bins that can be transferred into the clean room area, as dust or wood particles cannot be present in our clean rooms. The operators count the components, verify that they are the right components, and check whether there are any special instructions. In total, we process 1 million components each day for our tray production at both facilities. The components then go to a fully automated warehouse that has 5 carousels and contains about 6,000 plastic bins. Here, the components are stored in a clean room environment awaiting their final production order. Some components are consumed more than 5,000 times per day. For larger and high consumption components, we put them into big trolleys. The bottom of the storage trolley moves up as it empties, making it easy for our operators to reach in. This to support an ergonomic working environment. Materials with a high turnover, such as our gowns and drapes, are produced by our Molnlycke sister factories in Belgium and Thailand. You can imagine with such a high flow of components, quite some waste is accumulated. Our factory KPI is to recycle at least 85% of all our packaging and waste material, and we can proudly report that we overachieve this goal every year. Infection prevention is an essential part of Molnlycke's philosophy, and that of course includes managing this in our facilities. As we mentioned earlier, we transfer the contents of carton boxes into plastic bins to ensure the integrity of our clean rooms. The operator on the warehouse side will never touch the inner side of the box and the components, this to prevent cross-contamination. It's commonly known that the sterility of products is most often compromised by people handling them. This is why it's important to reduce handling as much as possible. The plastic bins are used 4 times before they go to a full automatic washing machine for the full wash, disinfect, and drying process. We also take customer complaints very seriously and take actions upon it. For example, we have implemented baklava caps for all our operators to prevent external matters from landing in trays. And we have also improved the strength of our table covers for tray wrapping to avoid any perforations during handling. Once we enter the clean area, we are in position to prepare components for production. This is where we house our production lines for the final product, that is, your trays. There are several steps we need to take before we can produce the final product. At this point, an order comes in for fulfillment. The system finds the needed components from automated carousels and sends the bins to the picking stations. The operator receives instructions on what to pick, how to pick it, and in which quantity for each specific order. The components are counted when the production order comes in and split into different bins. The order is then sent to the next storage carousel. This is fully automated. The bins are stored in 11 floors with 108 positions on each level. About 600,000 components are stored here and are ready to go to the final production module. Now we also do some sub-assembly, which consists in putting a few components in plastic or paper bag so that the final assembly goes faster. Here we can cover the special needs we receive from our customers about the component placement in your tray. We have our own printing station located in the clean area. Color-coded insert carton labels for breather bags and small medication labels are printed in-house. These printed materials are moved to the assembly area to add as final step in production. Color coding plays an important role in making sure that the material flow becomes part of a well-organized process. Color coding facilitates faster, more efficient picking and restocking, providing benefits for you such as easy identification and opening the right tray for your procedures, efficient staff picking and preparing, more efficient replenishment and inventory management, last but not least, shorter preparation and turnover times before and between surgeries for better OR efficiency. At last, we have reached the point where the tray's final assembly comes together. Here, operators receive the components in the bins from automated storage carousels, and the monitor instructs them on how to assemble the tray exactly as the customer requested it. Each operator has up to 8 components and picks a sequence according to the working instructions. The pick-to-light system helps them to pick the right quantity of components from each bin. When empty, the bins leave automatically and the new ones are already on the way. Consistency is key to how components are placed in the tray, following our customer requests. Each line has operators for assembly of components, wrapping and sealing of the trays. At this stage, the color-coding sticker and color-coded insert cards are added to the breather bag. Each production batch has a product audit before the goods are released for final packaging in carton boxes. Our production facility also aims to be a safe and comfortable work environment for its employees. There are left and right side picking positions between which our operators rotate at all different heights to accommodate them ergonomically. With customized procedure trays, real efficiency and savings are gained and waste can be reduced. Statistics indicate a 40% time savings in preparation and cleanup, which are the activities that take up the most time in the operating room. When preparing for an intervention without a procedure tray, all components are individually packed and it needs to be opened one by a circulating nurse and handed over to the scrub nurse. With your procedure pack tray, this can be eliminated. When it's time to package the final product, a machine automatically forms the cartons where the final products end up. An automatic label printer applies the right label to the carton box, which is then automatically closed and taped. Color coding is also added to the outer label at this stage to identify the different trays in the boxes quickly. The tray is scanned, triggering label creation, which helps eliminate the risk of transporting the box with the wrong label. Next up, the carton moves along a conveyor for the next area for sorting. The conveyor allows for pre-sorting orders for our various warehouses and different sterilization cycles. Part of building new, more efficient facilities is the ability to adopt more sustainable, less resource-intensive practices. One example is the introduction of a new, lower height box, which lets us sterilize 5% more products in total volume because we can place more boxes on a single pallet, leading to saving 57 sterilization cycles in 6 months. As we mentioned before, Havirov has the largest in-house sterilization in Europe. Here you can see the sterilization area, comprised of 6 preconditioning, 6 sterilization, and 12 degassing chambers. Ethylene oxide sterilization has 3 phases. In the first phase, your tray spends 11 hours in preconditioning to prepare your trays for the ethylene oxide gas penetration. During the second phase, which is the actual sterilization that also takes around 11 hours, all the bacteria are killed and the product becomes sterile. At last, the degassing process ensures the rest of the gas is aerated from the product, as we have quite strict limits for ethylene oxide residuals. Trays could spend anywhere from 11 to 55 hours in degassing, based on the complexity of the products and their validation. We can put 32 pallets of products into each chamber at one time. The transfer between preconditioning, sterilization, and degassing is automized. Altogether, we have 14 operators working in 4 shifts, so sterilization is running 24/7, including holidays. We are constantly striving to improve our environmental sustainability and have achieved a 30% reduction of ethylene oxide due to improvements of our sterilization cycle. We've got future projects planned for further decrease of the amount of ethylene oxide usage by changing sterilization to trays in bins instead of carton boxes. This will enable us to increase the number of trays per sterilization cycle. Once the finished products are ready for distribution, they can be delivered to our worldwide distribution centers spread through Europe and Asia. As part of our sustainability story, we are always aiming to reduce our environmental impact. As such, we have tried to cut the journey time for Molnlycke trays for many of our customers, sending trays directly to the customers in UK, France and Germany from Havirov, which is made possible thanks to having our own sterilization units. Direct shipments bypass the stopover in our warehouse in Belgium and significantly reduce the transportation distance, making a positive impact on CO2 emissions. Molnlycke tools, such as the portal, bridges the gap between key stakeholders in the hospital. The portal facilitates an online management tool where you can configure your procedure pack trays and let you track your department's spending on an overall detailed level, being able to rely on your partner for OR solutions. When we assemble custom procedure pack trays in the factory, the tray configurations come directly from you, the customer. Using the Molnlycke portal, you can choose your procedure-specific components that meet your specific needs, and Molnlycke will take care of the rest for you. The Molnlycke portal simplifies the business of procedure trays, helping you take advantage of the convenience of self-serve options available when it suits you 24/7. It also optimizes processes for our factory, which passes on the benefits of improved efficiency and a clearer supply chain to you. Almost immediately, the portal helps reduce waste, improve your performance, and contributes to your data-driven decision-making. The portal helps streamline the factory workflow, ensuring efficiency, transparency, and a better quality control.
My favourite feature of this portal is actually being able to see what is in the packs. So if a member of staff asks what size swab or needle the pack contains, it's super easy to find that answer. Also, you can look at new products, and especially those that were used at other hospitals, and then you can see whether they might be useful for your own pack.
Hopefully you've enjoyed your tour of the Molnlycke Havirov facility and have learned a lot more about the complex journey your tray takes, and also how our factories facilitate an efficient and safe supply chain for your procedure pack business.